If you're over 65 and you're packing for a cruise this year, there are 13 specific things you should leave at home. Some of them seem like obvious cruise essentials, and they're not. Some of them will actually slow you down, hurt your back, or in a couple of cases get you in real trouble with the cruise line. I'm going to walk you through every single one of them, and more importantly, what to bring instead. A few of these are going to genuinely surprise you. One of them, number 11, almost no one over 65 gets right. Hi there, I'm Margaret from Senior Cruising. Welcome back to the channel. I've packed for over 40 cruises in my 50s, 60s, and now well into them. And every single mistake I'm about to walk you through is one I've personally made. So this is not theoretical. This is hard-earned advice. Quick favor before we get into it. If you find this helpful, please tap that thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And subscribe if you haven't yet. All right, let's dive in. Number 1, don't pack your heavy suitcase. I see this constantly. Travelers our age dragging hard-shell suitcases that weigh 30 pounds empty. After 65, every pound matters, not because of weight limits, though those matter too, but because of your shoulders, your knees, and your back. Lifting a 55-pound suitcase into an airline overhead bin is how rotator cuffs get torn. And once you've torn a rotator cuff, your cruise is essentially over before it starts. Bring instead a lightweight, soft-sided suitcase. The brand doesn't matter as much as the weight. Look for anything under 7 pounds empty. Brands like Travel Pro, Briggs & Riley, and Delsey all make models that weigh 5 to 7 pounds empty. That extra capacity translates directly into easier handling. And here's a tip nobody mentions. Pay the extra fee to check your bag with the airline. Yes, it costs $30 or $40. Yes, it feels like a tax. But for travelers our age, the value of not lifting a suitcase overhead is worth every penny. Pay the fee. Save your shoulder. Number 2, don't pack formal wear for every formal night. Cruise lines used to have strict formal night dress codes. Some still pretend they do. The reality on most mainstream lines in 2026, nobody cares. Nobody. I've sailed Princess, Holland America, Royal Caribbean, and Celebrity in the last 18 months. On every single formal night, there were guests in nice slacks and a button-down shirt. There were guests in cocktail dresses. There were people in jeans and a blazer. The strict tuxedo and gown era is over on mainstream cruises. The exception, true luxury lines like Cunard, Crystal, and Regent 7 Seas still maintain formal traditions. If you're sailing those, by all means pack accordingly. But for the mainstream lines that most of us actually sail, you do not need a separate evening wardrobe. Bring instead one nice outfit for the captain's reception, maybe 2 if you want options. A dark dress for women, dress slacks and a sport coat for men. That's it. You don't need 3 formal gowns and a tuxedo for a 7-night cruise. That weight is killing your suitcase for no reason. Number 3. Don't pack a heavy hairdryer. Every cruise cabin comes with a hairdryer. Yes, they're terrible. Weak, slow, button-held. But the answer is not to bring your 1500-watt salon-grade hairdryer from home. That thing weighs 2 pounds, takes up half your toiletry bag, and may not even work properly on cruise ship electrical systems. I've heard from multiple viewers whose home hairdryers actually tripped the cabin breaker because of the voltage difference. Bring instead a small folding travel hairdryer, the kind that weighs about half a pound. Many of them now have dual voltage for international itineraries. Look for one with at least 1200 watts. Saves you space, weight, and frustration. Number 4. Don't pack full-size toiletries. This is the one almost everyone over 65 gets wrong. We pack like we're going to be away for 3 months when we're going for 7 nights. Full-size shampoo, full-size conditioner, full-sized lotion, full-sized everything. Each one weighs 8 to 12 ounces. Multiply by 6 or 7 products and you've added 3 pounds of weight just in liquid toiletries. Bring instead. Decant everything into 3-ounce travel bottles before you leave. Or use the cabin-provided shampoo and conditioner if they don't bother your scalp. Almost every major cruise line now provides perfectly serviceable basics in the bathroom. Test them on day 1. If they work for you, great. If not, you've got your travel-size backups. Number 5. Don't pack multiple pairs of dress shoes. I see ladies over 65 pack 3 or 4 pairs of heels for one cruise. Please don't. After 65, the risk of falling in heels on a moving ship is real. The reward, looking slightly more polished at dinner, is not worth the risk. I'm being completely honest with you. Bring instead 1 pair of comfortable dress flats, 1 pair of comfortable walking shoes, 1 pair of waterproof sandals for the pool and the bathroom. That's 3 pairs, total, for an entire cruise. For men, 1 pair of comfortable dress shoes, 1 pair of athletic walking shoes, 1 pair of slip-on deck shoes. Done. I want to mention something before we keep going. Everything I'm telling you is about reducing weight, reducing complexity, and reducing the things you have to manage on a vacation. The goal of packing well at our age is to spend more time enjoying the cruise and less time looking for the right shoe or the right outfit. Let me know in the comments, what's the one thing you always overpack? I read every comment, and I think there's going to be a real pattern here. Number 6. Don't pack a power strip with surge protection. This one will actually get you in trouble. Cruise lines have, over the last 5 years, banned surge-protected power strips from passenger cabins. The reason? They're a documented fire hazard on cruise ship electrical systems. If you pack one, security will confiscate it at the port. They'll return it to you at disembarkation. But in the meantime, you have no extra outlets in your cabin. And if you've ever tried to charge a phone, a tablet, a CPAP machine, and your husband's electric shaver from the 2 outlets in a standard cabin, you know how badly you need extra power. Bring instead a non-surge protected power strip. Or even better, a USB cube that plugs into the standard cabin outlet and provides multiple USB charging ports. The Anchor brand makes great ones, under $20, cruise line approved. Look specifically for one labeled Cruise Safe or Non-Surge before you buy. Number 7. Don't pack heavy books. I love a good cruise book as much as anyone, but the days of packing 4 or 5 hardcovers are over. Hardcovers weigh between 1 and 2 pounds each. Multiply by 4 books, and you've added 6 pounds to your suitcase. For something you could easily carry in your phone, bring instead an e-reader, Kindle, Kobo, or your tablet, loaded with as many books as you want. Total weight, under a pound. Total cost, significantly less than 4 hardcovers. And the screen on modern e-readers is genuinely easy on aging eyes, especially if you set the font larger. If you absolutely must bring a physical book, 1. Just 1. Pick the one you really want to hold, and honestly, the ship's library is better than most people realize. Borrow from there. Return it on the last day. 0 weight added to your suitcase. Number 8. Don't pack your regular pillow. I've seen travelers our age struggle to fit a king-sized pillow into a suitcase. I've seen people carry pillows under their arms through the cruise terminal. Stop. Cruise ship pillows have improved dramatically over the last 5 years. Most major lines, Holland America, Celebrity, Princess, now offer pillow menus where you can request from several options. Soft, firm, hypoallergenic, foam, down. All complimentary. Bring instead a small travel pillow if you have a specific medical or comfort need. Otherwise, request your preferred pillow type from the steward on day 1. Saves an enormous amount of suitcase space. Number 9. Don't pack a bulky beach bag. I see this constantly. Travelers over 65 bring a giant beach bag because they imagine themselves at the pool every day. The reality on a typical cruise, you'll spend maybe 2 hours at the pool total over a 7-night sailing. The rest of the time you're at dinner, at shows, in port, or napping in the cabin. Bring instead a small foldable tote bag, the kind that packs into a 5 by 5 inch pouch, weighs almost nothing, holds your sunscreen, your book, and a water bottle. That's all you need for the pool. Anything bigger is dead weight. Number 10. Don't pack your jewelry box. Real jewelry on a cruise is a risk I'm not willing to take anymore. Cabin safes are good. They're not bank vaults. And the times I've seen friends lose pieces of jewelry on cruises, it's almost always because they brought too much and lost track. Bring instead 1 or 2 pieces of nice costume jewelry. A single real piece if you genuinely cannot leave it at home. Skip the diamond earrings, the heirloom necklace, and the engagement ring set if it's not your everyday band. I have to be honest about this one. I lost a pair of earrings on a Caribbean cruise in 2019 that had been my grandmother's. Never found them. The grief of that loss outweighed the joy of having worn them. Now I leave the real pieces at home. And travel insurance, by the way, almost never covers jewelry losses on cruises. The exclusions are extensive. Read the fine print before you assume your coverage extends to that necklace. I want to share something a viewer wrote to me last year. She was 72. She brought her grandmother's brooch on a Mediterranean cruise. She wore it to dinner one night, took it off in the cabin, put it on the dresser. Next morning, gone. Cabin steward, when questioned, knew nothing. The brooch was insured, but the sentimental value was not. Don't be that traveler. Leave the irreplaceable pieces at home. They'll be there when you come back. Number 11, and this is the one almost no one gets right. Don't pack medications in their original prescription bottles for the entire trip. I know. The standard advice is to keep medications in original bottles for customs purposes. And on the way to the ship, yes, do that. But once you're on board, transfer your daily medications into a weekly pill organizer with 7 daily compartments. The kind that's labeled Sunday through Saturday with morning and evening sections. Here's why this matters specifically for us. Cruise ship cabins have small surfaces. Multiple prescription bottles on a small surface get knocked over, mixed up, or lost. A pill organizer keeps everything sorted, prevents missed doses, and prevents the kind of confusion that genuinely happens when you're 73 and tired at the end of a port day. I've watched a friend on a cruise take her morning dose twice because the bottles got mixed up. She was fine, but it was scary. A weekly organizer solves this completely. One more thing on this. Bring a small printed list of all your medications, dosages, and the prescribing physician's contact information. Keep it in your wallet, not for customs, for emergencies. If something happens to you on the ship and you can't communicate, the ship's medical staff need that list immediately. This is a small thing that I think every cruiser over 65 should do without exception. Number 12. Don't pack your heavy winter coat. Even on Alaska cruises, even on Northern European itineraries. Cruise ships are climate controlled. You walk from your cabin to the dining room, temperature controlled. You take the elevator down to the gangway, temperature controlled. You spend 10 minutes outside getting on a tour bus, and the bus is heated. A heavy winter coat that weighs 4 or 5 pounds in your suitcase is overkill for almost every cruise itinerary. Bring instead a packable down jacket, the kind that compresses into its own pocket, layered with a fleece underneath. That combination handles temperatures down to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which covers almost any cruise destination except deep winter expedition cruises. And one specific recommendation. The Uniqlo ultralight down jackets weigh around 8 ounces and pack into a pouch the size of a small grapefruit. I have one in navy that I've taken on 6 cruises, and it has done the job every single time, including on a Norwegian fjord sailing in late September. Saved me probably 4 pounds of suitcase weight on each trip. Number 13. Don't pack hard copies of everything. I see travelers over 65 bring paper copies of every reservation, every confirmation, every excursion ticket, every airline boarding pass. A full folder of paper. Stop. Bring instead digital copies in a folder on your phone or in your email. The cruise terminal staff prefer digital. The excursion vendors prefer digital. The airlines prefer digital. The hotel where you stay the night before prefers digital. The only paper documents you actually need are your passport, your physical credit card, a small amount of cash. That's it. If the idea of digital only frightens you, bring one printed copy of your cruise reservation as backup. That's all. Not a folder, a single page. And while we're on this topic, set up your phone properly before you leave. Download the cruise line's official app. Set up your boarding pass in Apple Wallet or Google Wallet. Save your hotel confirmation as a screenshot. Send a copy of your passport photo to your spouse and an adult child. 5 minutes of preparation that saves an enormous amount of stress. So those are the 13. Some are weight savers, some are safety related. A couple, like the surge protector and the medication organizer, could genuinely save you a real problem on your trip. Now I want to hear from you. Which one of these were you planning to pack before you watched this video? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know if I caught one for you in time. If this was helpful, please tap the thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. And next week, I'm going to publish a video on the 5 hidden cruise costs that almost everyone over 65 gets surprised by, and how to avoid them. So subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Until then, bye for now and happy cruising.